Good evening everybody and welcome to the XRL F5000 stream. One of the rare 100% races that these guys have to undertake. In the box with me tonight is Jamie Fraser, aka Jamie 2503, who raced his first race this week even, so getting straight into the box straight away. And he didn't do too badly here in very, very difficult conditions. And we've got those wet conditions in qualifying, as you can see, 100% wet weather, followed by a 0% chance in the race. I mean, let's get onto the track. Jamie, who you on board with at the moment? I'm
not on board with anyone at the moment because no one's out on track yet.
Really? We've got people out on track everywhere. We've got they're all on outlaps at the moment. They're all such a long track here that we've got on board with. Really?
Yeah.
Are you still in the garage?
No.
So you've retired from the session, yeah?
Yeah.
You can't spectate. That's a bit odd.
No.
Might be best if you leave the game and come back in.
Right.
Not a good start, but Flash Student anyway is going to start his lap in the lovely colours of the Ferrari. He's going to go into turn 1 whilst I send a message to Jamie. It's one of only 3 races where these guys race 100%, and well, it's going to be interesting to see. These are the slower, more inexperienced drivers, whether they can handle the full fuel load of the car, especially going into a difficult turn 1. But as I say, we're on board with Flash Student. Can you spectate now? Oh no, you won't be able to yet, you're just in the thing. Your friend Alan AZ Sasson is racing tonight. I don't know how quick he is. I think this might be a bit higher, a bit lower grade for him. I think he'll do quite well tonight.
Yeah, he's certainly been practicing a lot. Very excited for the race, and he should do well.
Well, I've got Sean Bean. He's on watching the F4 race. He's our F4 steward tonight, and quali is dry and then going too wet most times on the slick tyres. So, Sean, keep me updated as to what's going on. Jamie, what's going on with your connection? He's still not.
It said I was unable to join because it was nearly complete.
What? We've got 10 minutes left.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no.
Try sending me another invite and we'll see if it works.
Yeah, otherwise we might have to call it an early end to the first race of you being in the box. But let's get back to Flash Student. We're not really paying attention more to his lap time, as he's now in the final sector coming up to Blanchimont. Easily flat out in the dry. Should be in the wet. 6th gear. Don't want to get into 7th really around there. Going to the braking zone, 100 metres away from the final corner, going into the bus stop chicane. He runs a little bit deep, gives him a very tight approach into the final corner, and accelerates down to the line and does a 1 minute 57.1, which is good enough for P2 behind Connor Kay, who's literally been beaten by AZ Assassin on a 156.8. So it's very, very close to the top. Crazy Fish is a 10th off. Flash Student is 2/10 off the pole. So the top 4, very, very close. Unfortunately, you can't communicate with Lightning. No, I heard about that. Private chat, if you can't do it by that, then maybe get Lightning to reset his router. That might help. Send him a message or something, I mean, and get him back in. If not, then you both kind of have to do separate notes.
Still not letting me in.
No.
Might have to go off and back on.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's just the internet. Refresh, reset your router. It's usually the best thing. Strongbow 180. Yeah, that's fine, mate. That's right. So we've got Strongbow 180 on chat. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? I don't know where you're going with it. AZ Assassin. We're watching still going through Pouon as he's continuing the lap, now finishing up in the 2nd sector. He had to get around the McLaren early on. I'm not sure if this is going to be quicker or not, but we'll keep on board. Good to see quite a few of you signing in for the night. Only a couple of you have on the chat, so everyone get involved. Get onto the chat, create a Twitch account and get involved. Jamie is having trouble getting in, but I am in. We're watching the F5 stream around Belgium, 100%, which is rare for them, as I've been saying. And AZ Assassin is going to try and complete his qualifying on debut for pole. Gets a little bit of grass. You can't really do that in the wet weather, but this looks quicker. He stays out, so this might be something. He's got a teeniest bit of curves left. He uses it. And it's now coming up to the line, and this is going to be quicker. It's a 55.6. He's found a second. Is F4 being streamed? No, it isn't, unfortunately. We don't have enough streamers currently to do all divisions. Though, by the time we've got a week off next week, and then after that, we've got Italy, where it may well be streamed, but if it isn't, we will have full streaming services resumed from Singapore. So just these next couple of weeks are going to be a bit hit and miss as to whether we get all of them, but from Singapore, it will be all divisions being streamed, and I think I will do F4 next time at Italy, just to pre-warn people. So if you want to watch on Channel 1 on a fortnight from today, it will be F4. SAS Whitey on a lap in the Sauber. He's got Williams who's in the way here. Well, not in the way just yet, but you don't want to get much closer, otherwise you can deem it as being held up. That Williams is not travelling very quickly. I don't know if he's on a lap or not. Hard to tell, but he'll get a bit of a toe round here, and the toe is incredibly important as SAS Whitey is backing off. He obviously didn't think that was a good enough lap, and he'll be going for another one as he now goes down to P6. SAS Whitey is in the pits then. Crazy Fish is out. I think he's on an out lap. Connor Kay is on an out lap after his fantastic debut last week. Temper 3D has put himself in the hunt for a decent position this week. I'm trying to find that Williams. Sharky, he's done a 2-minute one. Keep an eye on his lap times, but not very good for his debut today. Driving in the wet. Not easy at all. As he's just struggling with the grip of the car. He's going to have to find a little bit more. Colonel Tomo's on a 202. Temper 3D though, we're going to watch him. He's on a 56.2, which is probably the best we've seen out of anyone other than AZ Assassin by some margin. So Temper 3D now coming into the campus section. Runs a little bit wide, and that's the gravel. So that is his lap done. A 56.2 is a decent start. Connor Kay now, we're going to watch his full lap, I think. Once I've got Jamie back in, that is. Right, so Jamie's now going to come in, and Connor's on his lap going into turn 1, which I think is an incredibly hard corner to hit, but Connor does very well in the wet weather. He's got Sauber to his right, who's leaving the pits now, but easily gets out of the way. So let's see how Connor does. He's done 56.9, which is 7/10 slower than the car in front, so he needs to have a better lap here, going through Eau Rouge, up the hill, using a lot of his curves in the first sector. He's got about a third left. Jamie, you're back.
Yeah. Nope.
Listen. It's not letting you spectate.
Nope.
That is an odd one. Connection's obviously not good to you in the game or something, but okay, well, I might have to say, unfortunately, might have to try and get someone else in to watch, and hopefully we'll get it sorted out in the future, but I don't know why that is. It's so odd. Connor's on a decent lap here, goes through on, keeps it within. You know, if you hit that curb on the right hand side of that corner, you can get shot out. And XRL Gravedigger has took pole for the F4 race round here, which it's a little bit of a shock. I thought I Love Jigsaws might be up there, but well done to Tomo's now going to have his teammates to deal with behind him. Giving him a toe, I think, or possibly holding him up. If I was Connor, I'd use the rest of that curse. Oh, that turbulent air has just kicked him off. And in fact, he's going to back off. And that's a bit frustrating for him, but AZ Assassin now, he's warming up for his lap. Colonel Tomo runs incredibly wide. Where's he going? He must have locked up or something. What is he doing? Right, he can finally get going. He's messed it all up, but he's got one more, well, possibly more. I mean, you can do quite a few laps on these tyres and not get worn out because it is looking pretty heavy rain. Very, very cautious into turn 1 from Tomo. We'll keep on board, but we'll get back to him. He's got about a couple of minutes left, so we'll get back to him a little bit further on. But we're going to go see some other drivers further up. I mean, Flash Students now in the second sector. Coming down into this very, very tricky downhill hairpin. In the wet, it's going to be difficult. It just cambers away from you all the time. Masters that okay. He's looking just solid at the moment. I wouldn't say this is a particularly fantastic time. That's going to be... It might not even be an improvement at this rate. I would say it's probably not going to be an improvement. Let's continue to watch. Maybe it will be. This final sector now, reasonably straightforward until we get to the final corner. It's going to be awfully tight. He might find a slice of time. It's all very, very close. As he now comes up to the bus stop chicane, the final couple of corners. Needs to now this apex runs deep. He's going to have a very, very tight second apex to hit here. He's going to struggle to get the power down. This is going to be close as to whether it's a massive improvement. It's a 56.5, which puts him P3. So he found just over half a second in the end, which is a decent time. So now got Connor K, who needs to find a little bit of time. Is he going to? He will, but it's only still good enough for P4, 56.6 from Connor in the Force India. He's going to have about another minute to go on his time. Crazy Fish is on an outlap. He's P5. SAS Whitey's just done 57.4. IMW2 Elite who's done 57.9. Where is Colonel Tomo? We were going to get to him, but we've missed it, I have a feeling. Tomo's actually gone P10 on a 2 minutes, 0.2. So quite a big gap to the guys at the front. I's the best. He's done 158.4, so 1.8 seconds quicker. We're on board with TG Felipe Massa, or Robbie 2014, or Huge Bob, or XRL Sergio Perez. The gamer tags continue with this guy. He has gone through so many. He's P8, and this doesn't fill you with a lot of confidence, this lap. I would suggest he's probably going to go again after this. Just the sound of that gearbox doesn't excite me too much, but the time isn't too bad, you know. He's done a very good final corner. He's going to improve, or maybe not. He should improve, but not by the leaps and bounds that we need, and it's still a 57.8. So it finds him in one place, and that'll be ahead of IMW2 Elite, who did a 57.9.
Bernie, can you try sending me one more invite?
Okay. Right, so the qualifying timer has gone. They'll only be able to complete their laps that they're currently on. So we're going to go and watch. Well, let's watch ours. We'll start with Colonel Tomo and work our way forwards because he's getting to. He's actually stopped his lap. It may well say the message this time. Oh dear. Tomo trying to get out of the way, just a bit slow in doing so. And that's always the best qualifying done. Massive shame. Who else is on a lap? AZ Assassin trying to improve his time. He's now 155. I would say it's going. He might do it. It's going to be tight, you know. Struggling to get the traction down. It's going to be close. Not quite. Temper 3D now. He's gone very deep at the final corner. It gives him such a tight final part of that chicane. He's not going to improve either. What is my hardware for streaming? I have Windows 8, which I wish I didn't have. But I have 8 gig of RAM, good upload speed, I think of 12 meg. It's a decent PC, it's a gaming PC, so it has all the specs. and I run a Hapage HD PVR2. What's your gamer tag over Xbox, or are you a PC player? Crazy Fish now, he is about to finish his lap and doesn't improve. So there are the qualifying times, and TG Felipe Massa actually improved his time by quite some margin on his second lap to get to third on the grid. But AZ Assassin has a 3/10 advantage over Connor K for the qualifying. Sharky back on debut, 5 seconds off the pace with NATO UK. Colonel Tomo finding 10th. Are you in the lobby now, Jamie?
No.
Well, it might let you do after the race, because we are in between quality and race.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Elgato Hapage. I use a Hapage HD PVR2. I mean, both of them, the normal PVR or the Gaming Edition PVR or the Gaming Edition PVR2 are all good for streaming, I think. Elgato, I've never tried it. This league doesn't really use them that much, though I heard that they're pretty good. So I think both of them are, you know, if you're serious about streaming or recording footage from consoles, that's what you want to get, really. So there you are. But right, we're now going to get to the race, and we have a good amount of you watching the stream tonight. Good to see you watching. Sean, give us updates on the chat for how F4 is going and let us know. 12 out of 14 start the race tonight. So you're in. Aha, good.
Yeah.
So you stream with Open Broadcast. I use XSplit, but I mean, I don't think there's too much difference. Crazy Fish says if you lose connection one more time, don't get him back in. Because it might unsettle the connection. Anyway, let's have a look at the grid. So AZ Assassin on his debut takes pole. Connor on his second race takes second, with TG Felipe Massa in third, having done a very decent lap time because he didn't look that quick in quali. Temper 3D and P4 with Flash Student P5. Championship leader Crazy Fish only mustering 6th place on the grid with SAS YT and P7. IMW2 Elite and PA, with Eyes the Best getting held up on his qualifying lap P9, and in 10th the person who held him up on his qualifying lap, Colonel Tomo. 11th place is NATO UK and the Red Bull, and follow at the back of the grid is Sharky RM10 on his debut. Probably just a little bit inexperienced on the wet weather around Belgium, but he starts P12 out of the 12 out of 14 runners that are racing today. So we're going to get to the race in just a second. 44 laps ahead of us around this classic F1 track of Spa-Francorchamps, and we will be right back, guys. Well, I think we're all ready to get going for our F5000 race. This is as many people as we've had in for a good couple of weeks. Your good friend Alan, or AZ Assassin, must be right up on the top of the list for winning the race tonight.
Yeah. He certainly looked good during the week in Spa. I've had a couple of wee races with him, and he certainly looks quick enough to take the win today. Crazy Fish and another couple of drivers could give him a close competition, but we'll see what happens.
Well, F5 is about to get underway, but F4 has already started, and there has been a massacre into Turn 1 apparently, which is not a good sign at all, because I wanted to go watch Rush on DVD after this race, but it's going to be possibly not happening now after the sounds of that. But hopefully they just saw who did it. But I think we're all good to ready up and quickly go game chat, see what everyone says, and hopefully we can get going.
Than himself and Big Dan.
Oh!
All good, Dan?
Yep. There you go.
Oh god, not another one I've got to look at. Not another one.
Right, 10 seconds to go until our F5000 race, and hopefully Sean can fill us in on the F4 race on the chat box if possible. We've got 8 people watching. Sign in for the night if you're watching. I know half of you have, but where are the other half? Talio player, your stream quality is so bad and you use the Hub-Harsh HD PVR2. I mean, I think OBS, I don't think it's all that good. I would rather use XSplit. I think it's more meant for it. And it's, I don't know, I think it's a bit higher quality, if I'm honest. So that may be the issue. It may be that the resolution's too much and it's lagging. It may be that your upload speed's not pretty good. It can be a whole host of things. Probably down to the internet side if your PC's good enough. It needs 8 gig of RAM, your PC. At least 4 gigs okay, but anyway, on the grid for the Belgium F5 race, I am beside Sharky, but I'm going to be retiring straight away, and I've got to get on it quickly because it's a short run down to turn 1. You in, Jamie?
Yep.
Right, so we are away, and AZ Sassin has got a decent start. He's actually got a really good start, but Connor K's on the outside. We've got Ferrari nudging. It looks reasonable. Flash Student sort of muscling his way in, but what a start from Connor K. He's overtaken Alan, and I didn't even notice that one. He's gone round the outside, and the toe is ever important here. I can't see Connor holding that for long.
Getting close.
He's got no cursor to attack now. It's all gone. Flash Student now down the middle. He's looking like the one who might late break. It is. Flash Student's gone deep into turn.
Whoa. McLaren spins him.
McLaren spins him, you say?
Yeah.
So it was the McLaren's fault, and that was Crazy Fish.
Let me just check who that is.
It's Crazy Fish.
Crazy Fish has spun him. Yep, Crazy Fish just went wild into at that corner at the end of the back straight and just completely went into the side.
Be interesting to hear what he says. That's the thing, it's such a massive toe here. It is a massive toe. We've got Colonel Tomo, who's actually gone up a couple of places from the start. NATO UK in 9th. And in 10th place is Sharky RM10. Then we've got the 2 drivers who had the incident. Luckily, neither of them have lost their wing. I don't think Connor K's lost anything. But Crazy Fish has lost a portion of it. They've got clean air, so they may be able to get back into the pack. The problem of the matter is they're going to have to make a lot of overtakes. Sharky RM10 starting to get a little bit detached from NATO UK. And Tomo in P8. Can't quite see who that is in P7. We'll work our way up as we go along. You can watch the front sort of 5 or 6. I'll watch the back. You. And we've got people covered. Oh,
and there's a Red Bull. Eyes the best is spun at bus stop chicane.
Yeah, I got that. And and TG Felipe Massa has been caught up in something there.
Crazy Fish is in the pits.
For a penalty, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably.
Crikey. Head steward's going to be pretty busy this week. TG Felipe Massa pits then. And is going to be a mile down, but 44 laps around here. And knowing his pace, I'm sure he'll get back. But for now, we're going to start going a bit further up the grid. Connor K in 9th is a bit of a shame. Sharky RM10 doing well for the amount of points he's got. And Tomo keeping the pace reasonably good, going deep into the hairpin there. But he's now got NATO in his sights, so P6. Surprising.
10 past 3D and Flash Student 4 are beginning to pull out a little bit of a gap.
Oh, Tomo nearly had it done. Threw Puon round the outside, but bailed, and a lot of things didn't have enough downforce to get round the outside. But Tomo looking quite decent, I think. He's not looking slow compared to NATO, that is. We're going to start working our way a bit further up. I'm W2 Elite in P5 doing well. AZ Sassin now.
AZ Kazan is now on the inside of the Sauber.
Is indeed.
And it looks like he's got the move done.
He's got the inside going into Blanchemont. I mean, it's quite difficult to make anything go around there. A bit of lag going on, if I'm honest. I can't tell what's happening.
Looks like AZ Sassin's got the inside.
He's got the inside, he's got the move, but that Sauber's not going to give up. We've got SAS Whitey, so SAS Whitey's had a good start and his pace looks reasonable. The lag is quite bad with.
Yeah, that is quite bad.
you know, let's see how it goes. He's going to struggle now to defend, I think. Cutting Eau Rouge, can't do that too much
3D
like that.
and Flash Student 4 for first and second here.
Temper 3D is doing well. Actually, I'm more surprised about Flash Student. SAS Whitey's starting to close up. Can't quite make the move. Actually, they've both gone wide. And I think they're both going to lose a spot to IMW2 Elite. There you go. Well, that's as easy a moves as you're going to have for him. And he has now put himself into P3. And with the quicker guys near the back, wow. It
Flash Student there, taking the lead temporarily, and then Temper 3D got back by and retakes the lead from him.
Those two are very, very close.
Yeah.
If I'm SAS White, I'll be a little bit annoyed because I've got someone with lag everywhere in front of me, and you know, with the lag, it's quite difficult to make a move stick.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It slows you both down more than anything as well. And that's how IMW2 Elite's got into third place, and he's not doing too bad though. Going through into campus, he's running a little bit deep, and now AZ Assassin's starting to get close. ACPXBeast disconnects. Is he the host or something? You can invite him back, see what happens, but he can't race, obviously. Sean, you should know that. Come on. Get him back, see what he says. AZ Assassin's now getting sort of mugged by both Salvers on either side there. First race for him, it's more important just not to cause any incidents, I think, rather than winning.
The close battle between both Salvers here, going down to turn 1.
Yeah. I'm going to watch it from AZ Assassin's point of view because these two are reasonably close. As AZ Assassin's going to have them both.
Oh, AZ Assassin's just taking full advantage and taking both of them there. Great move.
That's actually a pretty decent move from AZ Assassin. He just got a fantastic grip. SS White, what's going on there? Look. SS Whitey and NATO, I presume it is. Right, so in P7, we've got Connor K, who's already starting to make a move now. He's getting back into the race. He'd be my pick for the win. If he can get past the traffic, he's on primes, he's flying. 54.7. Let's have a look at the quickest laps. We've got 55.4 from Temper 3D, a 54.9 from Flash Student, with just getting into the 55s AC Assassin. Two low 56s from IMW2 Elite and NATO, who's surprisingly high up there. Connor just makes a move on SAS Whitey, and he's
just made the move there.
I wish I got on that, but he's done a flying lap. Crazy Fish is quick. TG Felipe Massa's got the quickest lap though. But that is on a slightly fresher set because he did just pit. But we've got Flash Student now who's going to make a move on the run. What happened?
It was IMW2 Elite just ran completely wide there and Connor K got by, so that's him. I think should be now up into 6th or 5th.
That was a silly move from Temper.
But somebody spun at the bus stop here.
Yeah, I caught that.
Right.
It's a shame. Temper should have known that that position was lost. And you know, he didn't. He tried to put one down the inside, it was never going to work. And now
got a good slipstream here, pulls to the outside, looking to get by. He's got DRS activated as well. Pretty bad lag, can't see if he's by or not. Yes, he is. Temper get back by.
Right.
No, he won't, and AZ Assassin takes the lead of the race.
As NATO UK got mugged down the straight on both sides by SAS Whitey and Connor K. He's now into P4, and I'm going to stick by it. I think he's going to win this race. Prime tyres, he's flying, and he's got by the traffic quite well, actually. You know, Crazy Fish is looking pretty quick, but he's a bit further back. So does TG Felipe Massa. He's in there as well, but he's too far back. So
Connor K looking pretty quick. He's beginning to pull out a little gap here.
IMW2 Elite's just run wide at Puon, and now Shark RM10's going to fancy a move. doesn't think about it. Now going into campus, and you would think Sharky might get a great toe going in. Right.
Here we go, Crazy Fish right on the inside here.
He's got Sharky going
Side
into
by
launch
side,
tomorrow.
and he takes 9th place there.
Yeah. Starting to make his way up.
With the slipstream. Yeah, that incident was a little shame for him, but it looked like he could have just outbraked himself.
I was sort of looking a bit further at the front, so I just looked back and thought, oh no. And after the first corner being quite good, you would have thought it had been okay, but obviously not. Sharky hanging on to 1 championship point. I mean, it's going to be pretty difficult for him to get any more than that at this rate, because behind him, you've got Colonel Tomo, he's struggling out there. But then you've got TG Felipe Massa, who's done a 54.4 on primes. He's flying, and this is going to be another overtake lined up.
Oh, and IMW2 Elite has just run completely off the track at the end of the back straight there. Crazy Fish came through, and I think there was a touch there between Sharky and the IMW2 Elite.
They're okay though, are they?
Seems to be a bit of a collision there.
Are they in the places that they should be in?
Yeah, they're still in 9th and 10th.
Yeah. Eyes the best, sorry, that's who I'm on board with, but IMW2 Elite seems to be struggling.
Yeah.
He's just going backwards in this race. He was up into as high as 3rd only a few laps ago, and now he's 9th. And being easy sort of meat for the likes of Connor K and Crazy Fish. Connor K has actually dropped down to P5 now. He's actually set the fastest lap of anyone on those prime tyres, so we know he's got pace today. Actually, I'm not sure what AZ Sasson's done, but
AZ Sasson.
Him and Temper are pretty close, aren't they?
Yeah, him and Temper's right behind him. They were very close there going into bus stop.
Another 54 from Connor.
There's a little bit of contact there between Temper 3D and AZ Sasson there going into turn 1.
Skinny Vader disconnects as well, so 2 lost already after probably just 9 or 10 laps. Ask him what happened. Connor K now trying to use all of his curves and opens the DRS. He's topping out very early. You would think they've got a chance, both of them on Flash Student here. Only one gets past, and that's SAS Whitey. Can he hold? He will be able to. And now Connor K might have a look down the outside going here. He's going to have a better drive as Flash Student had to take some grass there, but not quite downhill hairpin. Now this is quite a difficult little corner. Connor K gets a much better sort of grip around that corner. Nearly had a chance down the inside before Flash Student closed it. Flash Student hits the wall as he's losing a lot of grip there. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes wide here. He's going to have to brake. He does. Doesn't use as much of the road as Connor K does. And he is, I would say Flash Student's holding him up now. Both of them are. But Temper 3D's just dropped off a little bit from AZ Assassin at the moment.
The battle between 6th and 7th there, NATO UK just ran off, and that will be him down to 7th now as Eyes the Best moves himself up into 6th, taking advantage of that.
Right. These lot are starting to develop a little bit of a train here. Flash Student getting a little bit deep there. Connor K. They're both going to have DRS on SAS Whitey. This is the problem. None of them have got enough pace to get away from one another. So everyone's just going to be taking it in turns as to who's going to be the whipping boy for DRS. Going this main straight, but Connor K's got an absolutely fantastic drag toe through Eau Rouge and DRS open. He's still got a bit of his curves if he needs it. Got the inside line. Ooh, Flash Student, you can't do that. Chopping on him a little
Crazy
bit.
Fish moves himself ahead further back in the field ahead of NATO UK here for 7th and 8th. NATO UK seems to be dropping back quite a wee bit. Maybe struggling for grip.
Yeah, I think so. Those option tyres won't be going too much further on the first stint. It's been higher than usual for NATO though, so it's good to see him there. IMW2 Elite in 9th. I'm guessing it's TG Felipe Massa in 10th. It is. And he's starting to close. He's doing some really good lap times. And Colonel Tomo in 11th with Sharky RM10 now down the field. And he's lost an end plate, so I'm not sure what's gone on there, but he's way down. AZ Assassin though in the lead by about 3 or 4 seconds now. He's starting to build up a decent advantage. He's done a decent lap time, 2 of 54 dead. Temper 3D looking good in P2. SAS Whitey, who's looking good in terms of pace today, and they're all closing Temper up actually. And another decent lap
TG
from
Felipe
SAS Whitey.
Massa possibly having a tough race out there today. He's got the fastest lap by he is pretty far back in his 10th place, getting closer though.
What lap time did he do?
53.6.
On the prime, he is. Yeah, he's doing very quick today. Just unfortunately had the incident. I'm sure he'll come back to finish in a decent position though. If he's going to continue to do that pace, then he will be. SAS Whitey though, good move on Temper, and holds it too. So SAS Whitey now into P2 and is now going to try and lay down the gauntlet to try and catch up AZ Assassin for the lead. Though these guys are going to have to think about a pit stop, their first one of the race, very soon actually. 9 laps in, primes can go about 15, so you're saying options about 10 to 12. So it wouldn't be surprising to see some of these guys in, but I think Temper is in a fake position because of what's gone on at the start, and now you might slowly see him. He's not massively slower, but I think the guys behind are quicker than him today.
Yeah, Connor K close to Flash Student now. Looks to be making a move sooner or later. He is on the prime tyres.
Yeah, Connor K needs to get something done. Just don't think he's got quite enough pace. See him on the options, I think you'll see him fly. And when the likes of the guys in front go pit on primes and he's on the options, he'll clear them because he can hold up.
Flash Student is doing well on his tyre wear for options now. He's doing pretty good times. 54.6 is his personal best, and yeah, he's keeping it clean. He's keeping it ahead of Connor now, and he seems to be closing up now to Temper, as you said. He might drop slowly back.
Connor actually setting a personal best there.
Yeah, what time was it?
54.2. He found a 10th. They're all starting to go through Eau Rouge though. He's about half a second off, so I don't think he's going to close up to the level some of these other guys are. But Flash Student now on board with him, and they're all going to be trying to attack SAS Whitey. Let's see.
SAS Whitey is a sitting duck here for DRS.
Well, he's not being closed enough. Temper's going to try and nick a move down the inside, but no, good defense on Flash Student.
And Flash Student takes
sneaks
advantage.
down the inside. Yeah, well, I think he didn't close quick enough. And now Connor K might fancy his chances of going down the hairpin. No, he pulls out. But that might be a clever move because Temper 3D's gone wide.
Temper ran completely wide there.
Just his own fault there, and a solid move. And Temper is struggling out there
Hits
now.
the wall there.
He's done that a few times
Temper
this
just
race.
taking a bit off his wing. And this is all looking even the more better for AZ Assassin. He's pulling away at quite a rate now.
Decent gap now. Looking at Connor K though, he is trying to make a move now on Flash Student, who's having issues with his options, and
close.
That should be you should give that back, Flash Student. He knows
Yeah,
that
there was
as
a
well.
bit of contact there. That was not needed.
He was pushing him wide off. That's a little bit too much. You didn't need to do that. That was going to be a move by Connor, and he's just not allowed it. And it's actually brought 10 for 3D back into the race. As I think you'll know, they'll stay out another lap. I really think some of these option tyre guys need a pit.
Yeah, the pit window, probably say they should be in by about lap 10. Eyes the best is looking towards this. He's doing decent lap times, 54.5, and he's closing in this pack ahead.
I don't think Flash Student they can do much now. Flash Student's going to be a sitting duck here. Connor K looking like he's going to get a move done here. Curves down, makes a switch back. DRS now open and he's gone. Has Flash Student got any sort of defence at all? He hasn't got the DRS, so no, it's not. And that's a position lost. And Connor, well, he gets past eventually into P3. But Flash Student's not giving up. He's had a great run through those corners. Going down to the hairpin now. He might just have a look down the inside, but you can't take that position.
Looking further down the field here, 10th and 11th. Colonel Torno moving himself ahead of, I think that should be NATO UK, moving himself into 10th place. NATO UK just come out the pits there. Obviously had enough of the options and he's on the primes. But he will be on much fresher tyres, so have quite a bit more grip, and he should get himself back by. But that was a good clean move there from Colonel Torno. Himself into the points.
Our student now going to have a look at Temp 3D, gets a place back. Connor can be finally allowed to race SAS YC for second place. He needs to. He might have a move down the inside here. I think those option tyres are starting to go. Connor backs out. He thinks better of it. And he's run way too much. Oh dear, oh dear. P5 and 6. So we are going to be busy after the race.
NATO UK in the slipstream here, looking to get back by. Coming into the bus stop chicane here, pulls to the outside. There was a slight touch of contact there. Brakes later, and oh, there's quite a bit of contact there. NATO UK has kind of done a half spin, and that was not clean. There by Colonel Torno. Coming into the pits. Obviously unannounced, didn't let him through or anything. Wheeling into UK.
Jambo, Jambo, what are you trying to say? Is the Monday League race good? What? What are you trying? That's not being very precise. Are you trying to say the Monday TRL League? How good is that? Or let me know. Right, anyway, Colonel Tomo is definitely struggling, that's for sure. Sharky RM10 is in P11. He's not done too bad. One of the primes doing 56, just a second and a half, probably off the really quick guys in this division. NATO UK in 10th. Temper after his pit stop is in 9th. With IMW2 Elite, who's yet to stop in 8th. There's a bit of a gap as we've got Flash Student without a wing. I think that's going to be a retirement.
Easy Sasson quite a bit ahead. I don't know how he's still on the options. Still not pitting. He definitely should come in this lap, or his tyres will be ruined. But he's still doing decent pace, 54s. And he's got a very good lead at the moment, so it's all looking good for AC Sasson at the front.
Jambo, are you thinking about joining TRL, are you?
Connor K here in the slipstream on SES Whitey with DRS activated as well, and Connor K finally gets into some clear air and moves himself up into second place, and let's see if he can charge for the lead towards AC Sasson. the lap times at the moment. AZ Sasson has the fastest lap by just a couple of tenths to TG Felipe Massa, getting himself up in now to 5th place, looking good at the moment. Connor K, I think, will start popping in some personal bests since he's finally got into some clear air, and we'll truly see what pace he's got.
Jambo, I'm not going to be available tonight, but if you want to have a chat about it, I'll talk to you about it either Sunday or maybe tomorrow night or something about TRL's Monday League, because some things have changed on that, so I'll let you know in a private chat or something. If you want after the race, I can probably chat for about 5 minutes, but I'm probably going to be quite busy with Stuart's report from this race at this rate. We're building up a fair few incidents, really.
AZ Sasson is in the pits now. Be a flash. No, sorry, Connor K can see if he can pull out a bit of a gap, because he will rejoin now in first. Will come ahead in first, runs very. Just live.
TG Felipe Massa is actually doing a really good job. Eyes the Best isn't doing too bad either. I think he's yet to stop. SAS Whitey though, he looks on rather worn options. So AZ Sasson's got a pit stop. Is that right?
Yes, he's just come out the pits now.
He's going to be in trouble.
Looking round the outside here.
AZ Sasson's tyres should be a bit better, and
better respectful driving there, and AZ Sasson keeps his 2nd place now. Eyes the Best and SES Whitey run wide there, assuming that there was contact possibly. Eyes the Best looking into the left-hander, but does not get through.
Jambo, I believe, and TRL used to do 100% races on a Monday night, but they've changed it now to Sharky retires from the race 14 laps in. That's a bit of an odd one. Yeah, they used to do 100, but they've changed it now, so they only do 50 because of the lag that they get in the lobbies, apparently, which I suppose is no different to any other league. But depends if you get on with the guys in that league, you know. People aren't massive fans of TRL, so it's up to you. But yeah, and that's why certain people have left TRL to race with us.
A bit of a confusion there between Eyes the Best and SES Whitey coming into the pits, as Eyes the Best was trying to get by there.
Sharky, what happened? Right, so it looks like I'm doing it solo now. Sharky, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I just lost it at just coming into the last sector. I had no front end play. Car wasn't performing the way it should. In practice.
No, just been struggling a slight bit then.
The car was struggling, so the team told me to pull it in.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Better luck in Monza.
Well, Monza's a bit more of a simple track, I suppose. More straights. So it should be closer between everyone. I mean, you know, there's a bit of a gap between first and last out here today, just on lap times alone. So, as we've now got TG Felipe Massa, sorry, trying to have a move on the Red Bull, but that's not counted to anything. Sorry, Sharky?
I did have a good top end, basically towards the end, but I never got that far.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't help you commentate because my screen is stuck in a Williams garage at the moment.
That's alright. Right, so TG Felipe Massa, who's still on those prime tyres, it's making him go an awful long way. Starting to get rather close to, I believe that's going to be Eyes the Best for the final podium spot for P3, and he's made that one stick. Oh, I'm going to be so busy after this race with incidents. Right, we've got XRL Peachy saying, good race to this. Well, if you think it is, it's been a decent race. There's been some good overtakes, some decent passing, but ultimately a few too many incidents for my liking between some of the guys. Anyway, how do we think testing's gone? Jambo saying boring and boring. Well, I'd be slightly worried if I was Mr. Sebastian Vettel and Red Bull. They've done a grand total of 11 laps in 2 days of testing, whereas someone like Mercedes has done, what is the best? Can't do that.
Bernie, could I get an invite? Because I just completely lost connection. I don't actually know what happened there.
Okay. Right, well, that's not good enough. That little bit there. But yeah, Jambo says boring and boring. I said, well, Sebastian Vettel's going to be struggling this season, and you don't know that, but it's not good signs that Mercedes have done a good 100+ laps in testing, and Red Bull have done a tenth of what they've done. You know, that's not good. Ferrari looks strong. McLaren looks strong today. They got fastest today, and Kimi got first yesterday and second today. The Williams look surprisingly good under the Mercedes power. So, yeah, I think there's going to be some real changes in the championship this season, which is what has been needed for F1, I think. I still think the Red Bull's going to be strong. Give it a bit of time and let Adrian Newey and Renault sort themselves out. I think they'll be alright, but they're not going to have any kind of dominance, that's for sure.
Right, let's take a look at the fastest laps here. AZ Sasson with a 51.5 is quite a bit clear of the next fastest lap by Flash Student, which I believe is a 52.7. Connor K still in second, not lapping that great, but we'll see what he can do when he's
still on that. Yeah, he's still on that first stint, but that first set of tyres. So he's done well. I mean, looking at it, AZ Sasson's got a pit stop and a bit on him, but yeah. If I was Connor, I'd get in now. 17 laps is more than enough on that first stint. I can't do 15's enough. 15 is enough.
They were saying 18 laps on the prime tyres.
Really?
Yeah, I believe that's what the engineers try to get you to last.
That's what the engineers tell you, but the thing is, the tyre wear's pretty good enough that you don't have to do that many, I don't think. Otherwise, you start losing time when you could be on a fresh set of tyres and putting the laps in. I mean, Connor's going to be 20 seconds plus behind AZ Sasson. He's got to close that on 2 option stints. And only one of those stints, they're going to be on different tyres, as Connor does listen to me and goes in the pits.
There's a move here into the bus stop chicane between Eyes the Best and Eyes the Best. Pulls into the
very quickly. Oh.
Yeah.
IMW2 Elite is struggling. He's done lap 17. Temper 3D is in P5, now P4. But he's yet to stop, so. Your headset's gone a bit funny.
Is that any better?
That's a lot better.
Right. Connor Cage now on options. We'll see what kind of times he can do.
Sasson should probably be an F4. I'm missing an epic F4. Sean, where are you? Come on, how's F4 getting on? Don't leave me hanging. Right, we've got 26 more laps, I think. Am I right? Yes, I am. 26 more laps after this race. So about a third of the way through, just over a third of the way through. Crazy Fish is making those prime tyres last. I think he's on a. Let's see how his wing looks, because we'll be able to tell from that. I think he's on a He's on his second stint now, so Crazy Fish and P6 should be making a move on that Sauber in front of SAS Whitey. P5, you would think, sooner rather than later. But the times aren't anything special. They must be on a new set. But where has Connor Kay come out in all of this? Has he come out in third or second? Or third?
I think he's out in third, yeah.
So who's in second then? It is TG
Felipe
Massa. He's having a good race. I mean, those tyres are starting to get quite old, and I would think about getting in quite soon. He will go behind a few drivers, but he should get a good result today. He should get us hopefully a top 5, because that's what he deserves. He's just been brutally unlucky, I think. Caught in the wrong battles and the wrong incidents at the wrong time.
Crazy Fish getting a bit closer now to SAS Whitey. He might be looking at a move down the back straight here with the DRS detection zone as well.
Sean is focusing. Sean is focusing in on F4. Sorry, I think F4 is pretty good apparently. Not that this has been a bad race. All the leagues have done good quite this week round here, so it's good to see. It's going to be busy in the steward room, that's for sure, because I think when you get a lot of drivers quite close, the chances of having an incident are obviously higher, and that gives us a lot more things to have a look at. So we're going to be busy with our steward reports, but hopefully we'll get them to you for Sunday, if not Monday. As we've got a week off, we're not going to rush these. We're going to make sure we get the right decisions. So
Crazy Fish did get a bit close there at the end of that back straight, but just not enough. Then he ran wide at the corner after. So
I'm quickly going to go get a drink as we getting closer to the halfway stage in this race. I'm going to leave it on board with. Yeah, I am going to leave it on board with Crazy Fish, I think, who's running in P6 and trying to catch SAS Whitey for 10 championship points.
Yeah. NATO UK here, and I think, yes it is, it's Colonel Tono. These two had a collision earlier and they're starting to get a bit closer again. Colonel Tono seems to be lapping faster, just kind of ran a bit wide there. That's dropped him off quite a wee bit. But we'll see if they can close that gap to NATO UK. Fastest laps, AZ Assassin, 51.5 at the moment. Connor Kay's just popped in a 51.9, so these two are running pretty similar for time. Seems to be the two fastest out on the track at the moment. SAS Whitey, 52.3, and closely followed by IMW2 Elite with a 52.4 and a 52.5 for Eyes the Best as well. The rest are in 50. Oh no, there's a 52 as well for Splash Students, and the rest are in 53s and 54s. AZ Assassin, as you all know, is on his debut race here, and he's certainly not failing to impress here in F5000. He's doing very well at the moment, got a very good gap back to TG Felipe Massa. I'd say that's a good 10-20 seconds at the moment, so that's very comfortable now. So he's also at least got a pit stop in hand on top of that, so very good for him at the moment. Further down the field, SAS Whitey possibly should be a wee bit further up the grid. He's slapping pretty decent now, pulling away from Crazy Fish, what looks like to me, and possibly pulling towards Temper 3D at the moment. He's got a faster lap by around a second now, so that's pretty quick. I believe he is on options. No, he's on primes actually, so that's a very quick time to be on primes. His primes don't look too bad now. So that is all good for him at the moment. Okay, looking back a bit further up the field now. Between Connor Kay And I believe that's TG Felipe Massa. Konike does have DRS, but it doesn't look like he's going to close in enough on the back straight to get past him. No, he doesn't. But he's starting to look a bit more racy here, closing in. We could see a move in the next lap or two, so that should be good to watch.
By looking at it, I think we may see a move within this lap.
Yep, certainly look very close between the two of them. Connor K at the moment.
Connor K, let's get forward to him. Crazy Fish is still
Very
a good
close
second and a half.
to TG Felipe Massa.
TG Felipe Massa's trying to make his tyres go way too long.
Yeah, should have come in. quite a
What
few
is it?
laps
Right,
ago.
here we are, yes. TG Felipe Massa's basically a pit stop down, unfortunately. Well, these two
Connor
are.
K trying to get the inside line. TG Felipe cuts him off, but he should have the slipstream here.
The toe is worth such a lot round here. I mean,
Yeah, it is quite significant, really.
giving him enough room, it made the entry too tight to make a move. I'd say TG Robbie is not going to pit, really. I don't think Robbie's going
behind
to
him
be able
now.
to do much about this now.
This is
Right
not the
beside him.
best- this
On the
is not the
outside,
best
and
place to
Connor
race.
K easily on up.
Allow it.
He
Allow it.
overshot
Don't,
it.
oh, you plonker. You don't want to overtake here. I think you were going to point to it, Sharky, weren't you? You don't want to
Yeah,
overtake.
it's very stupid to
Cheeky
overtake
from
there, 'cause as
Connor.
you come up El Rouge, you've got DRS along that
I-
long straight.
I actually think Connor's way too far back now.
Yeah.
Silly,
Lost quite a
silly.
bit of time. Just a
You need to
tiny bit further down the
Get a
field.
run here.
Temper, 3D and SES Whitey are getting up pretty close now.
Yeah, fair play from Connor. Didn't quite make the move with all four wheels on the track, so he gives the pace back. Good driving from Connor.
As you can see, Bernie, as you were away, he's popped in a 51.9, which is still 4/10 off of AC Assassin's fastest lap.
A little bit of contact there.
Yeah.
The thing is, these two are
Yeah.
scrapping, and Connor needs to get this move done.
Holding each other up now. Temper's closed in quite a bit, and there's a few people beginning now to form a close train. TG Felipe Massa needs to come in. Possibly a move here.
That was a jump
SES
from behind.
Whitey. Yeah, it was SES Whitey outbreaking himself trying to get by Temper 3D for 4th and 5th.
This is his best chance. Yeah, come on.
Definitely well within the 1 second. DRS flap open.
Look at SAS Whitey.
Double toe there, but only manages to get past one of them. Believe that's Connor K now into second place, and SES Whitey follows through into third.
So Connor can start working about getting his way up there. The top 6 are very, very close in GP F4. So, top 4 are all fighting for the lead, and then you've got 2 just behind that. But that race sounds good. Hopefully Sean can
Starting
keep
to
us
form a
posted on
pretty
what's
good
going on.
queue now. We should see a few overtakes. Felipe Massa closing in now, tries it round the outside there. That's never going to stick, considering his tyres.
There's a
Now
massive
getting a
train
bit
behind
close.
here now, isn't there?
Yeah. Now getting a bit
2 cars
close.
back.
And Temper loses a place, so I believe that is Crazy Fish. Yes, it is.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
That wasn't very nice
How-
whatsoever.
Oh. Bad contact there.
God, I've got a long list tonight.
Watching on board here with Eyes the Best to see if there's any moves down this back straight for DRS. I believe there is. Yes, there is.
Am I
Temper
in your
3D.
list, Bernie?
No? Yeah, it's probably best if you're not on the list, if I'm honest. It's not an exclusive list or anything like that. I think
It's
you
a
got
list
like,
you don't want to be on, really.
I've got a lot more incidents this week to work with than usual.
So you
That's
don't
just
want
because
my
it's
video
in
footage,
nature.
then?
Have you recorded it, did you?
I was recording on board and I am also recording locally now.
I mean, if you were recording and you caught anything, was there any incidents that were happening just in front of you, or?
I'll have to go through it after the race.
Yeah. Well, I think we've caught a lot of it. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad. But Sean Bean saying 7 drivers are covered by less than 10 seconds in that ball. We've got to be giving that back.
How's Jan Mantha doing?
I don't know. Sean, how's Jam Sandkith doing?
Oh, it's Jan Mantha.
He won't know who that is.
Everyone knows who Jan Mantha is. I'll explain where he got the name after the race.
Watching this train of 4 here for 7th, 6th, 5th and 4th. Crazy Fish leading this pack of 4 here. Some good moves going on. Trying to get by each other in the DRS. They've all got DRS apart from Crazy Fish. He's a sitting duck. And I believe that's Eyes the Best moves himself ahead of, I believe that's Temper 3D. Yes, it is. So Eyes the Best moves himself up from 6th to 5th. Good move there. Eyes the
5
Best
minutes
now
until I want to go and watch the rush. How many laps we got? 19. It's about right. P5 is where Jamantha is. So he's in the hunt for the win. He's in the hunt with the top 7 within 10 seconds of the lead. So he's somewhere between 1 and 10 seconds behind the leader. So pretty good. And they're about 27, 28 laps in the race, I believe. So
He's actually currently using the same setup as I was.
so why were you so far off? Hey, God.
Eyes the Best got a slipstream here on Crazy. Yep, Crazy Fish getting into the bus stop chicane. Does not get through. Oh, and there's contact.
There's just
Bad
silly
contact,
driving, man. I don't think I've seen such bad driving from some of these guys at times. That's a penalty
Silly
straight
stuff
away.
there from IMW2 Elite, I think, just completely overshot it. Getting into the bus stop and just smashed right into the
It's
side.
just not good enough, if I'm honest.
You'd expect a little bit better.
It should be, Peachy. We haven't done stewards reports yet. That's end of the week job. Not all the leagues have finished their races yet. You know, you got a lot of people getting penalties on this list of some description from what I've seen tonight. It's just not good enough.
Not acceptable.
No, It's not really. AZ Assassin though, he's got a pretty reasonable lead now. He's got the fastest lap by a tenth to Connor K, who's I think starting to lap the better, but that gap is a solid lead that he's now getting. It's a good sort of 25-30 second lead.
Right the way back down the grid here to P9 NATO UK, having a very lonely race at the moment. I'd say a good 15 to 20 seconds behind 8th place, which I believe will be, yes, IMW2 Elite, who has got already a pit stop ahead, and about another 15 seconds, so not the best of races here for NATO UK.
And watch out for debris on the
Wasn't
track.
too bad at the start, but he's just gone backwards.
Yeah.
Both of them. Both.
Green. Cleared of debris. Speed.
AZ Assassin not failing to impress here on his debut race. Got a very good lead at the moment over Connor K, who's just completing the first sector. I think AZ Assassin should be coming in soon. The options will be getting near the end of their tyre life.
Yeah, one
Not
more
this
run on
lap.
those options and he'll
Go on to primes for the final stint, I'd imagine.
So Rice's tag apparently caused the first lap incident, but apart from that, how has it been? Has there been many incidents, or has it been a bit like F5 where there's probably been a bit too many?
Yeah, F4's not being live streamed.
No, because it's only me and you do live streams at the moment, so
Is it only us two?
at the moment, by the time we get to Singapore, we'll have every division covered. Maybe even by Monza, but that's maybe pushing it. We'll probably still miss one or two at Monza, and then by the time we get to Singapore, they should all be full. And then by the time we get to about, I don't know, career time, they should all be full, and then I won't have to do as many. I can cut down from 3 to 2.
I can cut down from 2 to 1.
You'll be the first one to cut down, so you'll go from 2 to 1 at Monza hopefully, but probably Singapore. Yeah, probably Singapore. The plan will be I do 3 and then everyone else does 1. Yeah. I think. No, I do 3, Swish does 2, and 2 people do 1. That's Singapore, and then by the time we get to career, I should do 2, Swish should do 2, and then we'll have 2 doing 1.
They're all quite spread out now, there doesn't seem to be many
There's a little bit of a
overtakes.
battle near 5th and 6th, isn't too close. Isn't
Yeah,
too close, isn't too
pretty
far
close,
the gap.
but the rest
Crazy
of them are
Fishes.
pretty spread out.
Yeah. I think TG Robbie leaving as well has just caused that level of gap because he was right in there as well, although he had a penalty at the start.
Back in a minute.
Looking at the fastest laps, Crazy Fish has popped in the fastest lap of the race with a 51 dead.
Yeah, they look a
AZ
reasonably new set of tyres he's got on there.
Yeah. AZ Assassin 51.5 and Connor K with a 51.6. Those two pretty close on times. They are the only 3 that are in the 51s. The rest of them are pretty much 52s. And only a couple of them are in the 53s. And actually NATO UK still in 54s. Not a good race at all for him at the moment. Whitey comes in the pits then. Konake, second place. He's quite far behind AZ Assassin. With, I think he's got a pit. Also, AZ Assassin has a pit stop in hand. But it could have been a bit closer between the top two if Konake didn't have to come through all the carnage and the packs. I think it would have been quite a good race between them two. Getting a bit closer now as Crazy Fish moves himself ahead of Eyes the Best between 4th and 5th. Crazy Fish, obviously on a pretty new set. He is now closing in on the 3rd place man, Flash Student. See if he can get himself a podium today.
The thing is, I'm looking at F4. It's Jigsaw vs Tag for the win by the sounds of it, but if Tag caused the first lap incident, then he may get a penalty for it. Which would then mean that he wouldn't win, unless he had the size of the gap. Get myself comfortable for these last 15 laps of this race. Oh. AZ Assassin is, well yeah, he's in reasonable control now. Connor K is in 2nd, and you know, they're lapping.
Flash Student pits from 3rd place. Hand podium position at the 4th.
That gap has definitely come down between the front two, you know.
Yeah, we might see Konake getting ahead, but I believe AZ Assassin also has a pit stop in hand.
They both have one more stop to make, and the gap's about 12 seconds. So there's about a pit stop gap just around that area. So I think Connor K is closing in a lot quicker than.
Not too sure, but AZ Assassin coming in again because he is on the primes. He came in about 2-3 laps ago.
Did he?
So yeah, he should be going to the end. He came in lap 27, I believe it was.
Oh right, I didn't see him go in. I thought he still had an option run to go.
Konake going pretty slowly now. The options will be reaching the end of their tyre life. I think he's done about 13 laps on them, so he should be coming in the next lap, or this lap even. Get himself some primes, or maybe even a set of options to go to the end. Yes, coming in now. Konake coming in for his final stint. Tell you whether it's options or primes, we're just about to find out. Yes, he's on another set of options to go on his final stint to the end of the race.
Who's that?
He might struggle for grip in the last couple of laps, but
Who's
he
that?
should be
Connor
okay.
K?
Yeah. Konake is now back out on the track, rejoined in a comfortable 2nd place, got about a 2-3 second gap back to Crazy Fish. So I believe Crazy Fish may have to come in again, I'm not too sure.
I think he may well have to, yeah.
On those options for a good few laps, so pretty bad lag there now. They're all kind of spread out. We might see a few overtakes in the last few laps, but most of the overtakes have kind of gone now. They're all kind of spread out. 4th and 5th are getting a bit close. SES Whitey, who came in just a few laps ago, is beginning to close in on Eyes the Best for 4th and 5th. That battle is with, I think, is.
Yeah, they're a little bit closer, aren't they? You've got Eyes the Best and SAS Whitey. Two good friends off the track, so I would expect SSYT to start closing that gap, so let's keep an eye.
Yeah, it looks quite a bit closer now. He may have some slipstream coming into bus stop chicane. Slipstream seems to have a good gearbox. He has been defending pretty well during the race as well. Pulls to the inside, and that, I believe, is an easy move into 4th place then.
Yeah, pretty easy move
but
for
Icebest is in the
SSYT.
pits.
And actually, Icebest has actually gone into the pits for a final set of option tyres, but he's got a sizable lead to the next car. Icebest, then it's Flash Student in P5, who's had just one of those races. SSYT in P4. He should be able to go to the end, I would think. Connor K. There's a big gap between Connor K and AZ Sasson, actually. Yeah, that's a pretty big gap.
Yeah. Tempo 3D, as you said, he got a good start. He was right in about the top runners, but he's starting to drop quite a bit off now. He's in a lonely race at the moment in 7th. The options, I'm assuming he's going to the end. He didn't pit in that long ago, so just didn't have the pace to stay up front. Everyone's actually. Yeah, everyone's going to get some points.
Hey!
10 runners. IMW2 in last at the moment. Looking fairly close to the man ahead, which I believe is Colin O'Tonnell. He's had some good wheel-to-wheel battles throughout the race, and it's an okay finish for him, but we'll see whether these two get closed up in the next couple of laps. AZ Sasson though looks pretty close to lapping these two. He's had just a phenomenal race from start till finish. Very good impression on his first race with the new Racing League.
Oh yeah, both of you look like you've won on your debuts, which is yeah, not too bad.
Yeah. I got a bit of luck on Monday night though. The
Oh,
11
yeah.
Dead was right behind me and then his laptop ran out of charge.
Oh, that's just so unlucky. That would teach him to put it on charge next time.
It was about 3/10 behind me.
Really?
Like the last
Do you
lap,
think-
and I think he was
do you
looking
think-
to go past me.
Do you think you would have had him, or?
Well, he did have a pretty good gearbox, so he was looking pretty good to probably pass me. Whether I would have got him back or not, that's questionable, but a bit of luck I had to win the race, so
Yeah, you got to have that now and again.
yeah. That's racing, I suppose, but you'll definitely have it on charge for Monza.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's enjoying his time. He's racing good, so.
Yeah. Is it a 2-week break to Monza, did you say?
Oh yeah, we'll have a week off and then we're back the following week, so it's just under 2 weeks from now, just 12 days. That's our next race.
How's F4 getting on? Is it looking pretty good race?
Should we let's have a look at the chat box, should we say that actually? See if Mr. Sean has commented anymore. Right. So Tag leads as Jigsaw pits, but Tag has thrown it away because he stayed there for too long. And Motorsport Nerd retires from the race. Must not have had a good race, as we're now 75% way through this race. In fact, I might see if I can invite Motorsport Nerd to the party, see what he has to make of his F4 race. Or did I say F5 there?
Oh, you did say F4?
Oh yeah. Right, where is he? There he is. He probably won't actually join because he's busy, won't see my message. We'll see. There's the messaging when. We'll see if he gets there. We've been on Crazy Fish long enough. There's not really many other fights out there.
The battle at the back of the
Right,
field here
yeah.
between IMW2 Elite and I believe that's
Tomo.
calling out what are getting pretty close here. May
Yeah, I'm
have
surprised
DRS.
IMW2 Elite is in the position that he's in, but
Yeah,
there
he
you
was
are.
looking good earlier on.
Tomo's done 52.4 is his fastest lap, whereas IMW2 Elite has gone 1.2 seconds faster. This should be a matter of just overtaking him in the next couple of laps, but he's still got to get it done.
AZ Sasson, I think, is dominating at the moment. Yes, he is, and he's got the fastest lap by 8/10 back to, I believe, is just I's the best with a 50 point. No, it's not I's the best, sorry. It's Connor K with a 150.2 as the AZ Sasson with a 149.4. He's got good pace at the end of this race. Splash Student has actually just popped in a 150.1, so he's beginning to make his way closer to SAS Whitey, but whether he'll get him in the end is a bit of another question.
Exactly.
Doesn't look like he's close enough.
Tomo gets wide at campus there, and well, that was it. That was done, and well, can't see him closing that gap now. I'm eventually on options, reasonably new ones. He should be able to drive away.
This gap is closing quite significantly now between Flash Student and I believe it should be, yes, SAS Whitey. We could see when a few laps time these two have been right close to each other for a couple of laps to go for the final step in that podium.
So fourth and third then. What is it? Yeah, that gap is not, it's not much. It's only about 2.5 seconds. Flash Student is absolutely flying at the moment. If you're a Chelsea fan, football-wise, you're not going to be happy tonight, I don't think.
We actually had a talk about football last night, I believe.
Really?
Flash Student is now beginning to do some 150 lows, and if we take a look at SAS Whitey's
So what
time,
are the fastest laps? So 49.4 and a 49.5 from the two guys in front. 50.7 from SAS Whitey with a 50.1. Flash Student 50.3. So there's not much between most of these guys. The two from I's the best are 51.6 at 52.4, 51.2, 52.4. Yeah, it's not bad pace. The majority are all pretty close.
Colonel Tomo has just lost his front wing.
take a look at that.
Sure if he's got a punch in the nose.
Ah, yeah, he's going very slowly at the moment. I imagine he'll be coming into the pits.
I think that might be a retirement. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to get anywhere.
Yeah,
That's not a puncher.
He's wide then. No other explanation for it.
Yeah, SES Whitey now doing 51 lows, so that's about a second a lap difference now. Between
Colonel
SES
Tomo has
Whitey.
come back out onto the track.
Well, fair play, he's going to continue going, and we'll see what he does. So, Flash Student now, is he going to do a new fastest lap or personal best? No, he's not. It's hello, 51.
51.
Yeah, dare say.
Gap is closing slowly, but whether he might run out of laps is another question. We'll see in a few laps time. Crazy Fish, just not been the best of races for him here around Spa. I believe he is the leader of the division, is it?
He is indeed. He's definitely struggled today. Got in an early incident, pushed him way back, and since then has really got quite late back. He's had decent pace at times, but just hasn't really shown it.
Just did a 49.9 there. Just, I think, possibly with that first lap incident with him kind of cutting that corner quite a bit, possibly outbraking himself and losing a bit of his wing might have cost him quite a bit of time. I'd imagine he would have been at least, I'd say, third if he didn't have to make that extra pit stop. But,
Yeah.
you know, his lead will be shortened slightly, but he should have still a big enough gap for Monza in a couple of weeks' time.
The thing is, Monza's a track where it's made up of mainly straights. It's quite hard to find your time around there, which will make qualifying and, you know, much closer between every division. So it will be interesting to see. It's going to be a difficult turn one. I think drivers that have done something wrong need to get penalised this week heavily to make them learn. There's Monza coming up. If you do something like that going into turn one, you are going to be getting into serious trouble.
Monza's turn one is very,
it's such a tight one, and you're going from 200 to nothing. That's the thing. I think you get other tight turn ones like here. Korea's quite tight. That's the other end of the spectrum. There's just not enough run down to the first corner to separate the cars. Whereas I think you get tracks like Spain, that's a pretty safe turn one because you're not really dropping too much speed. Silverstone's pretty similar as well. You don't drop too much speed there, so you don't get many incidents. There are certain tracks which you don't expect them, and certain tracks which you do. And unfortunately, these two are tracks which you might expect to see incidents at. They've got to be on top of their game, that's for sure.
Yeah, there might be a couple incidents in Monza.
I can at least say one thing. Out of every single race throughout the league, there has not been one safety car at Belgium.
Well, that is a good thing. Actually, we had it destroyed. Some destroyed their cars. Tom 65 in GP2, but it didn't cause a safety car.
Yeah.
Safety cars, they're quite popular around here.
Well, at times. Ah, hi, George.
Hello, Daniel.
What happened tonight?
Oh, it was just dumb.
It was just dumb. Oh no.
Yeah, not like
Someone not done enough
there's been
practice,
so
or?
much. No, but I wasn't that quick tonight, but I reckon I had a chance. I won't go into my story. But basically, it was dumb in terms of the driving tonight.
Oh really? From what I'm hearing, it was just turn one.
Turn one was ridiculous. I don't know. It wasn't turn one. It was the run down to Rouge.
Oh
Basically, from what I saw, Deeds sort of somehow hit the outside wall going down towards Rouge. That slowed him down. I went to the back of him, and the boy went to the side of me and caused a side pod glitch, and I spun in front of like half the field, like whilst accelerating to a Rouge. It caused carnage, as you can imagine.
Oh god.
And I got the penalty for it. I pitted that, and then yeah, Shirimpo. I've 10 laps. Basically, leaders were battling. There's like a 6-car train for lead. It was such a good race in terms of like the up front. It seemed okay. Yeah. 6-car battle for the lead. Massive pile up. Sorry, not my pile up. Traffic jam. And I was just behind that, and I pitted. Came out on options, and I was 10 seconds down on 5th. And that was a good comeback drive from mine. So I could come back to get 5th. So yeah, literally pedal to the metal. Went for it. and then Shrimpo fucking takes me out. I was so pissed off. It's the most dumbest move I've ever seen. He's just tried to, coming up to lay comms, he's just tried to cut back, but he's tried to start cutting back when he's like halfway alongside me. That caused me to spin and into the barrier, and I lost my front wing, so I died it. Obviously, in the lead of the lap.
Yeah, not good really.
No, it's gonna win because championship-wise, I've been really unlucky this season. I've had so much bullshit happen to me only. 5-second lags at the wrong moment, like last week in Hungary. Oh dear. It's days like these I think, why do I bother? But then I have good days, and like I love helping out with this league. It keeps me running. Don't worry, I'm not thinking of leaving. I'm just throwing my toys out the pram.
Just frustrating. Yeah, have you spoken to the stewards about it yet?
Yeah, no, but it's not filmed, so I reckon nothing will happen.
Well, no. Did they see it?
No, they did see things, but they don't have a second view on it, so...
Well, no, if they, I'll just tell them whatever they think, that's what it goes. Because unfortunately, we've got to be a bit harsh on the penalties this week, because it's Monza next week. If someone does have something stupid going into turn 1, it's just going to cause all sorts of penalties. So people need to learn.
Like F5 last year, don't know if you remember that.
People need to learn that, you know, things aren't going to go unpunished this week. I've put down a lot of things in this F5 list, and a lot of things to go through, and I think maybe all of them are going to be given penalties for, because the people need to learn.
Yeah.
So...
fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
I hope something will be done about it.
Picture result.
Yeah, well I'll speak to the stewards after this race. I was going to watch Rush. I think I still will do, just about 5 and 10 minutes later than usual.
Sorry to interrupt, but Flash Student is getting very close now. He's now in with a second.
Yep, DRS is active. Both looking up going to turn 1, and you would fancy his chances.
Right, have you guys been streaming all what I've just said?
Yeah.
I just realised you guys are streaming. Apologies for my language, I'm sorry. I didn't realise you were on there. Imagine it's pretty frustrating though.
It is.
Anyway, I'll let you get on with it, boys.
Right, Flash Student does have his DRS flap open, but he ain't going to have enough.
Oh.
He's got another 3 more laps after this to get the move done, so he's got time on his side. At the moment, that is.
The question is, if these two start battling, could Crazy Fish close up to these two and possibly get himself into third? This should be a good battle to watch here for the last few laps. He's only a couple of seconds behind, so he could catch up. Whether he's got the tyres to do it though is a different story.
I think he should. They pitted at a reasonably similar time, so the tyre wear shouldn't be too different.
Yeah.
This is for 15 points in third place in the podium, so...
Slipstream coming into bus stop here. Pulled to the inside. Outbraked him. The slight touch of contact there. Flash Student not giving him enough room.
I think Flash Student has been a little bit too late on the brakes there. I think he deserved what he got there.
And look at Crazy Fish taking full advantage and moves himself into fourth.
Crazy Fish is all in this. I didn't even notice he was in this race. So we've got a 3-way battle for the final podium place with 3 laps to go. Oh god. Didn't actually notice he was part of this. Where's he all of a sudden come from?
Right on the back of Crazy Fish. Yes, Whitey though does have a good gearbox this race, but he does not go defensive, and Crazy Fish has put himself into the final step of the podium, and Flash Student takes full advantage as well and gets himself ahead. Bad lap here for SAS Whitey so far. not what he wanted there for both cars to go past.
If he can keep within the gap, he may be able to get the DRS.
If he can stay there, then he might, but...
Jigsaw
That's to drop
wins.
quite a bit
V2
off.
Ozone second. Sure wants an invite. Later. We've got 2 and a bit laps to go. And this battle is really... Well, it's actually starting to die down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think this is over though between Flash Student and Crazy Fish.
Oh, I do.
Dear. Flash Student just
But there is no
completely
between Flash
off there.
Student and SAS YT, that's for sure, because SAS YT goes back past, so Flash Student's got it to do all over again. And Crazy Fish gets a bit of a respite from the onslaught that Flash Student was giving, but it wasn't too much. But this is all on Flash Student to try and get a space back.
2 laps to
Best
go
race.
now.
Best race Peachy has seen in a while, really? Really? Saying this has been a classic by all means. It's been a decent race. Belgium seems to provide decent races and decent battles, but
I
there's a little
thought the
bit too much
F1
for my
League had a
liking.
good race.
F1 League could have a good race. We just need to get more people involved in racing in the F1 League, I think.
Yeah.
You know, those guys are quick. It's very hard to find some of the best guys on Xbox, but if we can, it's one of the best top tier leagues out there.
Flash Student has lost quite a bit of time.
Yeah, he's got a
waiting.
lap and a half to catch on SSY, so he's going to push it 100%. But it's running
Certainly
out of
looks
time.
like it. He didn't look like he had the tyres, but he is starting to pull away a wee bit and starting to pull towards Crazy Fish. But no, he just ran wide at
Crazy
that next
Fish.
corner.
So what is the gap between our front two then? The lap times actually, they haven't improved their lap time since, so what are the individual lap
AZ
times
Assassin
been?
begins his final lap on his debut race here.
It's about 25 seconds, so that it's the second stint Crazy Assassin that won in that race today.
Yeah.
Same as Ice Cold Andy in F1. Cheers. Clubs is signing into the night. Clubs, did you race tonight, or did you unfortunately miss out because everyone turned up? I don't know. All I'm hearing was it was a cracking race between the front guys, but I know George Masters or Motorsport Nerd wasn't too happy with what happened in his race. So, as Flash Student's getting pretty close. In fact, he's got DRS, and well, this is going to be a last move job for Flash Student. I wouldn't overtake here. Don't even do that. You're giving yourself too tight a line. Losing the back end slightly. Running down Alto Rouge. Don't use too much curves. You don't want to lose the position because you want the DRS down the straight. Going through Rouge. Got a much better drive. He's all over the back. Switches, DRS open. But no penalty usage. That is a top. Not quite, but he's got half of his curves left. Which is I wouldn't use it here, I'd use it.
Yeah, he might be saving it for the final sector. He's decided to get by now. Oh dear. Doesn't look like he's going to get him now. There was quite a bit of contact there.
I can tell you there's some shouting in that lobby.
I bet him. I bet him.
That's even got me on the edge of my seat.
I mean, I think SSY is responding to a bit of a nudge he got at that hairpin, although it didn't look it. I think he might well have got a nudge.
Congratulations to AZ Assassin winning the race. His debut.
Another 25 points for the constructors.
3. Well, we will be. Oh, Flash Student! Just did nice. Oh no, man. I don't know if that has a gimme or what, but okay, we weren't expecting that one. So AZ Assassin wins. with Connor Kay doing very well to finish second and Crazy Fish third. A good comeback race for him from what he had there. Flash Student getting the better SSYT right at the end, provides the best in the Red Bull in 6th. Temper 3 Divas still got left to finish after just going backwards in that race after having such a good start. 8th is NATO UK with IMW2 Elite Colonel Tomo rounding off the drivers at finish. TJ Felipe Massa quit a little way in. Sharky RM back in the rear of the field. Sharky, not good enough.
Better next week.
So we're going to get a picture of the result when Temper crosses the line. But we will be back tomorrow with classics. I'll be in the box and the gap was 25 seconds. Bang on what I said. But we'll be back tomorrow and then we've got a week off. So happy days. But from me, Jamie and Sharky, we shall see you tomorrow or after the race at Monza.